Good afternoon, everyone. Excellencies, distinguished delegates. It's a great honor to be here today in this very well-established Forum of the Arctic. Many thanks to our hosts for their continuous perseverance in having this forum, and congratulations for the record, yet again. So allow me to add a few more insights of the European Union policy for the Arctic after the message of our High Representative and Commission Vice President. Geopolitical competition, as he said, it is indeed one of the many challenges the Arctic faces. Yet, as we stated in 2021 in our Arctic policy update, we reiterate that the main threat to the Arctic, as well as the planet, is the climate change and its impacts. Climate change is unfortunately, and I would repeat it, and it will not be sufficient to repeat it once again, climate change is unfortunately exacerbated by and also linked to biodiversity loss and pollution. And as we all know, the Arctic is particularly vulnerable to those threats. The Arctic also faces human, societal, environmental, and economic challenges, and those must not be overlooked. Sustainable economic development and availability of jobs, many of you raised it with some of our speakers. This is essential for an Arctic that is competitive and remains, but also retains and attracts talent. Depopulation and uneven economic growth must be addressed. Access to services and coverage of basic needs must be ensured, reducing, for instance, connectivity and health inequalities. Traditional livelihoods, cultures, and languages must be protected. We must listen to the voices of those who live in the Arctic regions, and we heard it just now from the Prime Minister of Greenland, including, and very much so, the Indigenous peoples. When addressing these challenges, the European Union takes a comprehensive approach, putting people first. The European Union is seeking solutions at different levels, within the Arctic, within the European Union, but also bilaterally, multilaterally, globally. Many of the European Union's programs and initiatives have a direct or indirect positive effect in the Arctic. And our Arctic policy brings all these elements together in a whole-of-government approach. We continue to advance the green and digital transition. Many of you talk about that. And I'm sure that it will be one of the threats across the whole event today, tomorrow, and on Saturday. So green and digital transition and environmental protection, fostering prosperity, supporting Indigenous peoples, promoting people-to-people dialogue, working together on energy, on civil protection, on health issues, and at the same time further strengthening and promoting our common values. We are working to reduce vulnerabilities and inequalities, to mitigate against and adapt to changes caused by climate change and other challenges, and overall to improve societal resilience. We are increasing our presence in the Arctic. That was quite visible in our Arctic policy communication from last year. And for instance, one of the deliverables of this communication is to open a new Commission office in Nuuk. And this is going to happen the beginning of next year. But also, we are deepening our communication and exchange with Arctic representatives, including municipalities, cities, and Indigenous peoples. We are bringing about positive change, for instance, implementing the European Green Deal, supporting research and innovation through Horizon Europe. This is the biggest international research program, amounting to close to 100 billion for the next 7 years. fostering regional development and cohesion in the European Arctic, tackling risks and emergency through the Copernicus satellite program. By the way, it is publicly open to all, the information that it generates, or the European Union's civil protection mechanism, or providing a sphere of freedom, respect, predictability, rule of law, and prosperity. And we are doing that together with the Arctic states, with the stakeholders and partners. The European Union will continue to work to promote inclusive and fair sustainable development, to address the multiple challenges the region faces, and to keep the Arctic safe, stable, and prosperous. The European Union is a reliable partner in the Arctic. We remain truly committed to this unique, vibrant, exceptional part of the world, because the European Union is in the Arctic and the Arctic is in the European Union. Many thanks for your attention, and as the Prime Minister of Iceland said, let's do great things for a great Arctic. Thank you very much.